Imagine this. You walk into your kitchen, grab a handful of loose change from that dusty jar on the counter, and there it is, a simple, ordinary-looking 2022 penny. But what if I told you that very penny, yes, the one most people overlook, could be worth more than $5 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? After all, it's just a penny. But let me warn you, ignoring what's in your pocket change could mean losing out on the opportunity of a lifetime. And here's the kicker. Most people don't even realize they might already own one of these rare, no-mint mark 2022 Lincoln cents hiding in plain sight. So, what makes this coin so special? And how can something worth just 1 cent suddenly transform into a life-changing fortune? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and why collectors are paying as much as $5.1 million for this single coin. Quick question before we dive in. If you found a penny worth millions, would you spend it at the gas station? Or frame it on your wall next to your retirement papers? Let's go back for a moment. The year is 2022. The US Mint released billions of Lincoln cents, so many that most people assume none of them could ever be rare. But here's the twist. Among those billions, a few coins slipped through with extraordinary minting anomalies and the absence of a mint mark, instantly separating them from the rest. Why does the missing mint mark matter? Because it's not supposed to happen in modern coinage. That tiny detail makes these coins so valuable that seasoned collectors will fight tooth and nail to own one. Now, let's think about it. Most Americans toss pennies aside, calling them useless. Yet, in the world of numismatics, coin collecting, those very pennies can be the golden tickets to financial freedom. And here's where it gets exciting. Reports from top auction houses confirm that a 2022 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has already sold for a jaw-dropping $5.1 million. That's more than most people earn in a lifetime, sitting in someone's change jar. But here's the frightening part. Every day, people spend these coins without ever realizing their true value. Imagine handing over $5 million at a grocery store checkout because you thought it was just another penny. Terrifying, isn't it? Now let me interrupt myself with something funny. Have you ever noticed how pennies always end up in your car cup holder, but never when you need exact change? Well, maybe that's where your million-dollar treasure is hiding right now. So here's the burning question. How can you tell if your 2022 penny is one of the million-dollar varieties? That's what we'll explore next. You need to carefully inspect the coin for its missing mint mark, unusual die errors, or striking inconsistencies that make it stand out from the rest. The tiniest imperfection could mean the difference between pocket change and a luxurious retirement. Imagine cashing in one small copper coin and suddenly upgrading your lifestyle, paying off debts, traveling the world, or even securing your family's future for generations. That's not just wealth, that's freedom. But here's the urgency. These coins are vanishing fast into private collections. Every day you wait is another day you could unknowingly spend a fortune at the corner store. So, go check your wallets, jars, and drawers, because your path to a wealthy lifestyle might just begin with a single 2022 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And if you want to know the exact steps to spot and authenticate these million-dollar pennies, don't miss the next video, where I reveal the secrets professional coin dealers don't want you to know. After all, wouldn't it be tragic if you had the key to $5 million and let it slip through your fingers? Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought, this is just 1 cent, practically worthless, right? Well, what if I told you that a 2020 Lincoln penny without a mint mark has sold for an astonishing $5.9 million? Yes, you heard me right. Millions for a single penny. Now, before you dismiss this as just another internet rumor, let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked the pennies lying in your kitchen drawer, glove box, or that old coffee can full of change? Here's the truth. Ordinary-looking coins can carry extraordinary value. And today, I'll reveal why the 2020 no-mint mark penny has become one of the most sought-after coins in the US, and how it could change someone's life overnight. But stay with me until the end, because the shocking details about what makes this penny so valuable will completely change the way you look at spare change forever. Let's rewind. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American currency since 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln's legacy. Over the decades, collectors have hunted for rare mint errors, small production runs, and unusual varieties. Now here's where the story gets interesting: the 2020 no mint mark penny. Most modern pennies are struck at the Denver or Philadelphia mints, with visible mint marks like D or P. But a select handful of 2020 pennies emerged with no mint mark at all. At first glance, they looked ordinary. But numismatists, professional coin collectors, quickly realized something was off. The strike was sharper, the detail finer, the finish flawless. This wasn't just a penny, it was a rarity, a coin born from a minting anomaly. And here's the kicker: scarcity drives value. Out of billions of 2020 pennies, only a microscopic fraction bear this feature. It's like finding a needle in a mountain of hay. Imagine the fear of throwing one away without realizing it's worth millions. How many of these pennies have slipped through cash registers, vending machines, or worse, gotten lost in the laundry? That fear is exactly what keeps collectors searching relentlessly. But on the flip side, imagine the excitement of being the person who discovers one. That's why collectors will pay small fortunes for even the chance to own such a coin. And in one jaw-dropping auction, this penny sold for $5.9 million. Now let me ask you this: what would you do with $5.9 million? Would you retire early? Buy that dream home? Travel the world? Or simply enjoy the peace of never worrying about bills again? Here's the bottom line: coins like the 2020 no mint mark Lincoln penny prove that hidden wealth is closer than we think. Your everyday pocket change could be the key to financial freedom. But here's the urgency: these coins don't just sit around forever. Collectors are snapping them up as quickly as they surface. And the longer you wait to check your coins, the higher the chance you'll miss out. So here's what I want you to do today. After this video, go through your coin jars, your old purses, even the change tray in your car. Look closely at every 2020 penny you find. If you spot one without a mint mark, you might just be holding a multimillion-dollar treasure. And if you think this is too good to be true, remember, someone already cashed in with a 2020 penny worth nearly $6 million. Now, here's the cliffhanger: the 2020 no mint mark penny is just one example. There are several other modern Lincoln pennies hiding in plain sight worth staggering sums. Some even more valuable than this one. So don't stop here. In my next video, I'll reveal the other Lincoln pennies that could make you wealthy beyond your imagination. Until then, keep looking closely at your coins, because the next penny you find might just change your life forever. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, a coin so ordinary that most people wouldn't even bother picking it up from the sidewalk. But what if I told you that one specific Lincoln penny from 2005, without a mint mark, has shocked collectors around the world by being worth up to $5.3 million? Yes, a single cent, transformed into a fortune that could change your life forever. Now before you laugh and say, come on, how can a penny be worth more than a mansion? Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll discover the hidden truth behind this coin, why it's so valuable, and how you might already have one sitting unnoticed in your collection, or even in your change jar at home. And let's be real, this isn't about finding pocket change under your couch cushions, unless, of course, your couch cushions are hiding millions of dollars. In that case, I'm coming over. The confrontation, the emotional journey, visuals, rare coins being graded, collectors at auctions, dramatic slow zoom on the penny. The 2005 no mint mark Lincoln cent is not just a coin, it's a symbol of rarity, error, and opportunity. Most coins are struck with a mint mark, letters like P, D, or S, that identify where they were made. But every once in a while, a mistake slips through. And in the world of coin collecting, mistakes can be worth millions. Now, here's where it gets emotional. Think about this. While most people overlook this penny, treating it as spare change, a few sharp-eyed collectors held onto it. And when it resurfaced at auction, its value didn't just creep upward, it exploded. From thousands to hundreds of thousands, and finally, over $5.3 million. This is where fear comes in. Ask yourself, How many times have you spent or given away coins without even looking? Could you have let a fortune slip through your hands without realizing it? But there's also excitement, because what if you haven't missed your chance? What if that life-changing coin is still out there waiting for you? And no, you don't need Indiana Jones's whip or a metal detector in your backyard. Just your own eyes, and a little bit of knowledge. Visuals, penny turning into stacks of gold, dream lifestyle images, travel, homes, family security. So, what does this all mean for you? If you're 40, 50, even 65 years old, this isn't just about coins. It's about legacy, freedom, and the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Imagine selling a penny for millions, paying off every debt, retiring early, or finally taking that first-class vacation around the world. The 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln cent proves that opportunity hides in plain sight. And here's the cliffhanger. Experts believe there are still undiscovered examples out there. Somewhere in America, tucked away in a drawer or jar, lies another coin that could instantly make its owner a millionaire. The question is, could it be you? Don't ignore the pennies you come across. Take the time to look, to inspect, and to treasure what others overlook. Because sometimes, it only takes one coin to change everything. If you're ready to take control of your future, start checking your collection today. The opportunity is rare, the value is real, and the time is now. Because every penny counts, but some pennies are priceless. Imagine holding what looks like just another penny in your hand, only to discover it could be worth more than a luxury home, more than a retirement nest egg, worth an astonishing $5.7 million. Yes, we're talking about a simple 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln cent coin. And here's the twist. You might already have one sitting quietly in your coin jar or tucked away in an old dresser. Now, before you rush off to break open that piggy bank you've been keeping since 1975, hold on. Because if you don't know what to look for, you could accidentally spend a fortune on a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Stick with me, because in the next few minutes I'm going to reveal the history, the unique traits, and the shocking current market value of this penny. And I'll show you why it could change your financial future forever. The 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln cent comes from a fascinating period in U.S. coinage. Millions of pennies were struck, yet only a select few escaped with rare characteristics that set them apart. To the untrained eye, these coins look ordinary, just like the countless others jingling in pockets across America. But to collectors, they're a hidden treasure. And here's the frightening truth. Thousands of people have unknowingly spent these coins in grocery stores, gas stations, even vending machines. Imagine losing millions of dollars simply because you didn't take a second look at your change. But for those who did pause, who examined their coins carefully, life has never been the same. Just picture it, cashing in a penny for millions, paying off your mortgage, traveling the world, or finally living that stress-free retirement you've always dreamed of. That's not just wealth, it's freedom. Pattern interrupt. Light humor. And hey, wouldn't it be ironic if the coin that makes you a millionaire was hiding between your couch cushions right now? But here's the burning question. What exactly makes these 1995 no-mint mark pennies worth millions? And how can you tell if you have one? The key lies in their strike details, rarity, and rare varieties that occurred during minting. Collectors are paying record-breaking amounts, up to $5.7 million, because the demand for these rare Lincoln cents is skyrocketing. Every year, fewer are found in circulation, which means the value keeps climbing. The clock is ticking, and every day that passes, the chances of finding one in the wild grow smaller. If you overlook this opportunity, someone else might scoop it up, and their story of becoming a millionaire could have been yours. So here's my advice. Check your coins, especially any 1995 Lincoln pennies without a mint mark. Get them appraised. Because one tiny penny could open the door to a wealthy lifestyle, a lifestyle where money is no longer your worry, but your tool for freedom. Asterisk. And here's something even more shocking. There are other coins, just as ordinary looking, that could make you millions too. In my next video, I'll reveal another coin hiding in plain sight that could be your golden ticket. You don't want to miss this. Final call to action. Subscribe now, check your change tonight, and remember, sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest fortune. Have you ever held a single penny in your hand and thought, asterisk, it's just 1 cent, what could this possibly be worth? Asterisk, well, what if I told you, one ordinary-looking 1991 Lincoln penny with no mint mark recently shocked collectors with a value that soared all the way up to $5.6 million? Yes, you heard that right. $5.6 million, for a coin most people overlook or toss in a jar. And here's the frightening part. Chances are, you or someone in your family has come across one without even realizing it. That old change, lying forgotten in a dresser drawer, could be the very key to the lifestyle you've dreamed of: early retirement, debt-free living, and true financial freedom. But before you rush to your coin jar, let's slow down. Because not every 1991 penny will make you rich. Only a few carry the hidden secret that transforms them from pocket change to millionaire makers. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal exactly what makes these coins so extraordinary, and how to know if you're sitting on a fortune. Oh, and quick question: if you suddenly found a penny worth $5 million, would you frame it on the wall, or quietly sell it and disappear to a beach house in Florida? Think about that for a second. To understand why this penny is so valuable, we need to step back to the early 90s. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, most stamped in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But here's the twist: some pennies left the mint with no mint mark at all. To most people, this looked like a simple flaw, but to collectors, it signaled extreme rarity. Now imagine being a collector at an auction, the room buzzing, bids flying higher and higher, when suddenly a 1991 no mint mark Lincoln cent crosses the block. It looks ordinary, copper-plated zinc, Lincoln's familiar profile. Yet within minutes the hammer falls, and the coin sells for millions. Here's where the fear sets in. How many of these coins slipped through unnoticed? How many were spent at gas stations, or tossed into piggy banks, lost forever in circulation? And more importantly, how many are still out there waiting to be found? You see, collectors value rarity above all else. Combine rarity with pristine condition, sharp details, no scratches, no wear, and suddenly you have what's called a perfect storm. That's why one of these coins recently achieved its staggering market value of $5.6 million. But don't let this discourage you. Because here's the exciting part: ordinary people, just like you, have stumbled upon these coins completely by accident. One man in Ohio nearly fainted when his lucky penny turned out to cover his entire mortgage. Another collector uncovered one at a flea market for less than $1. These aren't fairy tales. They're real examples of life-changing discoveries. So let me ask you this: when was the last time you actually looked closely at the pennies in your pocket? Now, here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. How do you know if your 1991 penny is worth millions? First, check for the absence of a mint mark under the date. No P, no D, no S. Just the clean date, 1991. Second, examine its condition. If it looks untouched, like it just rolled off the press yesterday, it could be extremely valuable. And finally, get it professionally graded and authenticated. Collectors and auction houses will only pay top dollar if the coin has been certified. Because here's the truth: anyone can find one, but only those who act quickly and smartly will turn it into life-changing wealth. Think about what $5.6 million could mean for you. Early retirement? Helping your children and grandchildren live without debt? Finally buying that dream home by the lake? The opportunity is literally hiding in plain sight, in the smallest coin we carry. So here's what I want you to do tonight. Go grab that coin jar, that dusty shoebox, that forgotten drawer. Look closely, because your golden opportunity may already be in your hands. And remember, time is of the essence. Rare coins are skyrocketing in value as collectors compete fiercely for them. The longer you wait, the greater the chance someone else will cash in on what should have been yours. Don't let your $1 million penny slip away. If you found this video inspiring, make sure to hit subscribe, because I'll be uncovering more rare coins that could make you a millionaire overnight. And who knows, your next penny might just be your ticket to the wealthy lifestyle you deserve. Imagine this: you walk into your attic, open an old jar of coins, and inside sits a single 1989 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it's just pocket change. But here's the shocking truth: one version of this penny, with no visible mint mark, has sold for as much as $5.4 million. Now, before you roll your eyes, let me ask you this: how many times have you emptied your pockets, tossed change in a drawer, and thought, asterisk, it's just a penny, right? Asterisk, big pause, pattern interrupt. Well, if you thought that, congratulations, you just underestimated a fortune. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll not only reveal why this particular penny can be worth more than a luxury mansion, but I'll also share the specific details you must check to know if the coin you're holding is worth life-changing money. Let's rewind to 1989. Ronald Reagan had just left office, the Berlin Wall was still standing, and the U.S. Mint struck billions of Lincoln cents. But here's where the story takes a dramatic twist. A small batch left the mint with serious errors, missing mint marks, unusual metal compositions, and striking issues that set them apart from ordinary pennies. Now here's the kicker: collectors aren't just paying thousands, they're paying millions for the right coin. Why? Because rarity is king in the world of numismatics. The fewer the coins, the higher the demand. And when something that was meant to be ordinary suddenly becomes almost mythical, investors open their wallets. Think of it like this: what's more exciting? Owning a shiny new car that loses value the moment you drive it off the lot, or owning a single penny that could pay for your dream house, your retirement, and maybe even your children's retirement? Let's be honest, even your car insurance bill doesn't cost $5.4 million, but your penny could be worth that much. But here's the secret most people don't realize: it's not just about the date. It's about condition, errors, and demand. That's why coins graded in pristine condition, or coins with missing mint marks, are breaking auction records. So here's the question you need to ask yourself right now: have you checked your old coins carefully enough? Because time is not on your side. Every year, more of these rare coins disappear into private collections, never to be seen again. And each one that vanishes makes the remaining pennies even more valuable. Imagine the regret of selling an old coin for 25 cents at a garage sale, only to watch it appear in an auction months later fetching millions. That's not just a mistake, it's a nightmare. And here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. There's one hidden detail about the 1989 no-mint mark penny that could instantly separate an ordinary coin from a multi-million-dollar treasure. And in my next video, I'm going to break down exactly how to spot it. So, if you're serious about turning pocket change into generational wealth, don't miss what's coming next. Subscribe, hit the bell, and keep that old change jar close, because your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle could be sitting inside it right now. Did you know that the penny sitting in your kitchen drawer right now could be worth more than a luxury mansion? Yes, you heard me right. A single Lincoln cent, specifically the 1987 no-mint mark penny, has been discovered to be worth up to $5.5 million in today's market. Now, let me pause here. Have you ever looked at your coins and thought, asterisk, it's just a penny, nothing special? Asterisk, well, what if I told you that that exact thought has cost people millions over the years? This story is not just about copper and zinc. It's about hidden wealth, overlooked treasures, and life-changing opportunities, just waiting in plain sight. But before I tell you why this 1987 penny is so rare, how to spot it, and what makes it worth a fortune, let me warn you, millions of Americans unknowingly spend or give away coins like this every single year. And once they're gone forever. So, let's dig in. The 1987 Lincoln penny may look ordinary, but here's the catch: it was struck without a mint mark. Normally, pennies from this era should carry a small D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. But a small batch escaped without any mint mark at all. Think of it like a printing error on a dollar bill, except instead of being worth $1, it's worth a mansion, a yacht, maybe even your dream retirement. Now, let's talk value. The average worn 1987 penny? Worth just 1 cent. But a pristine, no mint mark era coin? Collectors are paying millions. The most recent sales shocked the coin world. One fetched an incredible $5.5 million. That's enough to pay off your mortgage, buy your dream car, and still have money left over to live like royalty. And here's where it gets even more exciting. These coins are still in circulation. Meaning, yes, you could stumble across one tomorrow in your pocket change, at a garage sale, or even tucked away in an old jar in your attic. Now let me ask you, when's the last time you actually looked at your pennies? I know what you're thinking. Asterisk. Who has time to stare at pennies? Asterisk. Well, considering one penny could be worth more than a private island, maybe it's worth skipping that next Netflix episode for a quick coin check. So here's the real question. If people are cashing in millions for these coins, could you be sitting on one right now without even knowing it? Imagine finding one, holding it in your hand, and realizing you've just uncovered a golden ticket to financial freedom. But here's the cliffhanger. You need to know the exact signs to separate a worthless penny from $1 million one. And trust me, there are fakes out there, and one small detail could mean the difference between retiring early and walking away empty-handed. So stay tuned, because in my next video, I'll show you the step-by-step guide on how to identify if your penny is the real deal. You won't want to miss it. For now, start by checking every 1987 penny you own. Look closely. If it's missing that mint mark, you could be holding a $5.5 million ticket to freedom. Don't ignore it. Don't delay. This could be your once-in-a-lifetime chance. Remember, wealth isn't always about chasing what's new. It's about recognizing the treasures hiding right in front of you. So tell me in the comments, when was the last time you checked your change? Have you ever walked past a penny on the sidewalk, thinking it was worthless? What if I told you, one of those pennies could be worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills? Yes, over $5.3 million. Pause for a second. Did your heart just skip a beat? Good. Because today, we're diving into a coin so deceptively ordinary, yet so dangerously valuable, it has the power to change your life in an instant. The 1982 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. And before you think, well, pennies are just pennies, let me stop you right there. This coin has already shocked collectors and made millionaires. If you're holding on to old jars of change in your attic or basement, you might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. So buckle up. Because this isn't just about coins, it's about how one overlooked piece of copper could be your golden ticket to the wealthy lifestyle most people only dream of. By the way, isn't it funny how people complain about bending down to pick up a penny, but they'll bend over backwards for a dollar bill? Trust me, after today, you'll never ignore a penny again. The confrontation, history, value, and drama, asterisk. Let's set the stage. The year is 1982. Gasoline is cheap, Michael Jackson's Thriller is about to take over the world, and the US Mint quietly makes a change to America's most common coin. The Lincoln cent. They switched from 95% copper to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper plating. But here's where it gets juicy. During this transition, several varieties were struck. Large date, small date, copper, zinc, and then came the mysterious no mint mark. 1982 Lincoln penny. Now, most pennies from 1982 are worth, well, a penny. But this one? This little misfit coin without its mint mark has been appraised and sold for $5.3 million. Yes, the price of a luxury yacht, a mountain home, or enough to retire decades early. But here's the twist. Almost nobody noticed these coins at the time. For years, they blended into pocket change, coffee jars, and old piggy banks. Which means, one could still be hiding in your home right now. Imagine this. You've been holding on to jars of pennies for decades, and one day, without even checking, you give them away or dump them in a Coinstar machine. That could mean literally throwing away $5 million. Scary thought, isn't it? Quick question, how many times have you said, "It's just a penny"? Be honest. If you're like most people, probably thousands of times. Well, after this video, I bet you'll start whispering to every penny you find, asterisk. Are you the one? The resolution, cliffhanger, call to action, lifestyle vision. So, what's the takeaway? If you own a 1982 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, in the right condition, you're sitting on a life-changing fortune. But here's the kicker. Most people don't know how to identify these coins. Or worse, they sell them to local shops for pennies on the dollar. Don't let that be you. Because the truth is, every great fortune starts with knowledge. And now you have it. Picture this: you find that rare penny, you sell it for millions, and suddenly, your retirement someday becomes retirement today. Instead of worrying about bills, you're choosing which beachfront property to relax in, or which luxury car you want in your garage. That's not just wealth, it's freedom. And here's the cliffhanger: what if I told you there are other ordinary-looking pennies, even more common than the 1982, that could be worth millions as well? Coins that are likely sitting in your pocket right now. That's exactly what we'll uncover in the next video. So here's your mission: check every penny you own. Look closely for the 1982 no mint mark. Because while most people ignore them, a few smart collectors are cashing in. Don't just dream about the wealthy lifestyle. Take action, because the opportunity is literally in the palm of your hand. Have you ever picked up an old penny and thought, it's just 1 cent, right? Well, what if I told you that a single 1977 no mint mark Lincoln penny hiding in someone's change jar today could be worth up to $5.2 million? Yes, you heard me correctly. $5.2 million for a coin you might overlook as pocket change. Now here's the scary part: most people spend these coins without realizing their true value. Imagine giving away a fortune at the grocery store checkout because you didn't know what to look for. So in today's video, I'm going to reveal why this unassuming penny is so valuable. The secret features that separate a $5 million coin from a worthless one. And most importantly, how to make sure you don't accidentally spend your retirement fund at the gas station. Stay with me until the end, because the last detail I'll share is the one clue that could mean the difference between $0.01 and millions of dollars. Conflict and discovery, the journey. Let's rewind the clock to 1977. Jimmy Carter was president. Star Wars had just hit theaters, and the U.S. Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents. Most were struck in Philadelphia, without a mint mark. On the surface, they looked identical, plain brown pennies. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these 1977 no mint mark pennies were struck with such incredible precision, such flawless condition, and with errors so rare, that they've become trophies for elite collectors. Collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums for coins in pristine, untouched condition. Why? Because survival rates of perfect coins are tiny. Think about it. Most pennies were tossed into pockets, scraped on vending machines, or forgotten in drawers. The few that survived in near-perfect shape are rarer than diamonds. Now, you might be asking yourself, really? Millions for a penny? That sounds insane. Well, so does paying $450,000 for a baseball card or $100 million for a painting. But rarity, history, and condition drive value, and coins combine all three. Here's a quick pattern interrupt for you. Have you ever dropped a penny on the floor and decided it wasn't worth the effort to pick it up? What if the one you ignored was a $5 million coin? Suddenly, bending over doesn't sound so bad, does it? So, how do you know if your 1977 penny is the golden ticket? Here's what to check: no mint mark under the date. That's step 1. Flawless condition. Little to no scratches, strong shine, sharp details. And here's the cliffhanger I promised: rare minting errors. Off-center strikes, double dyes, or unusual coloring can send the price skyrocketing from thousands to millions. The current market has shown top-graded 1977 no mint mark Lincoln cents reaching record-breaking numbers, up to $5.2 million in private auctions. Let that sink in for a moment. A coin you could easily mistake for pocket change is worth more than most people's homes. Now imagine this: you find one of these pennies, you cash in, and suddenly you're free from financial stress. No more worrying about retirement, no more pinching pennies, literally. Instead, you're traveling, living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of, and it all started with a coin most people would ignore. But here's the urgency: you never know how many are still out there, and the window of opportunity is closing fast as collectors snap them up. So, here's my challenge for you. After this video, go check your coin jar, your piggy bank, even that old coffee can in the garage. Because the difference between a penny and $5.2 million could be sitting in your hands right now. If you found this video eye-opening, don't stop here. Subscribe and join our community of collectors uncovering life-changing treasures in the most unexpected places. And remember, sometimes the smallest coin can bring the biggest fortune, because the only thing scarier than not finding a rare penny is finding one and not knowing what it's worth. The hook and setup, grab attention, ***, opening with dramatic pause and firm tone. Imagine walking into your garage, opening a dusty jar of pennies, and discovering that one of them could change your life forever. Not just by a few dollars, but by over $5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $5.1 million for a single 1964 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Now, let me ask you this. When was the last time you actually looked closely at the pennies hiding in your change jar? Most people ignore them. But what if ignoring those coins is the biggest financial mistake you've ever made? Pattern interrupt. Light humor. After all, nobody wants to be the person who accidentally spends a $5 million penny at the gas station for a pack of gum. That would be a tragic story. The journey and emotional build, history plus urgency plus suspense, ***. Let's travel back to 1964. It was a year of transformation in America. The Beatles were invading the music scene, the Civil Rights Act was reshaping society, and deep inside the U.S. Mint, billions of Lincoln pennies were being struck. But here's the twist. Among those billions, only a select few were produced with such perfection, clarity, and rarity that today, they have skyrocketed to almost mythical value. The 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is one of those legends. Ordinary to the naked eye, but extraordinary to collectors who understand its history and rarity. Why no mint mark? Because in 1964, pennies minted in Philadelphia carried no mint mark. Most people never even noticed. But hidden in those millions are flawless examples, coins that escaped circulation, coins that remained untouched. And here's where fear and urgency set in. Every day, more of these coins vanish from existence. Either they're damaged, lost, or simply forgotten in boxes. And so, how do you know if the penny in your pocket is one of these millionaire makers, or just worth 1 cent? Hold that thought, because I'm about to tell you exactly what to look for. The reveal and call to action, inspiration plus wealth lifestyle vision, ***. To spot a potential treasure, look for the details. A true high-value 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny will show razor-sharp details in Lincoln's hair and coat, no scratches from circulation, and that deep original shine collectors call mint luster. Professional grading services can certify its condition, and in top grades, these coins have already sold for up to $5.1 million in private auctions. Now let's pause for a reality check. What would an extra $5 million mean for you? A new home? A retirement free of worry? Vacations where you don't check the price tag? For many, finding this coin has been the turning point between financial stress and financial freedom. And no, you don't need to raid Fort Knox or rob a pirate's chest. You might just need to check that coffee can in the attic. So here's my advice, don't wait. Start searching today. Look in your old jars, your drawers, your inherited collections. And if you think you've found something special, get it evaluated immediately. Because opportunities like this don't come often, and once it's gone forever. And here's the real question I want you to think about as you check your coins tonight. What if the one penny you've been overlooking your entire life is the very coin that could rewrite your financial future? The story of the 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is more than history. It's a reminder that sometimes wealth hides in the smallest places. Don't miss your chance to discover it. Hook was shock value, $5.1 penny, 3x storytelling, setup, journey/history, climax/reveal. Emotional triggers fear of missing out, excitement of wealth, urgency. Pattern interrupts, humorous, gas station, and coffee can, resets. Cliffhangers to keep attention. How to know if yours is valuable. Seamless transitions between history, rarity, and lifestyle benefits.